up, guys? Welcome back. It is a beautiful Tuesday evening, and you have the three that you always want to see. Welcome back to Drinks and Toys. I am Shellhead Tony, and I'm here with my two beautiful counterparts, Mr. Johnny Five. Johnny, how are you tonight?
Doing good.
Good to hear.
I'm as happy as a boner.
That's weird. And
Yeah.
I'm a little
And as-
uncomfortable.
as always, the beautiful and beardly Wheezy. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Doing real well. Glad
Except
to
for
be
the
here.
discomfort, you know.
Well, yeah, the fucking boner comment is kind of strange.
Oh my god! So beards and boners, great. All right, it's gonna be a real good night.
Oh, shit.
What do we got already? Gustavo, what's up, man?
What's up, Gus?
Oh shit,
Do you see that? It tells us now where it's coming from.
that's fancy. It's almost like we're
Ooh.
coming up in the world.
Whoa, look at us, man. We can actually see stuff now.
Oh, who did a software update on this motherfucker?
Ooh.
I mean, I've been playing through all the settings, but I don't think I did anything that changed that.
Well, worse than me. Yeah, so how's everybody's week been, man? I haven't really I can't think of anything I got this week. I got it's only Tuesday. Well, Saturday, one piece of my Transformer Superion came in. Now, I did go on a little white trash shopping spree at
little?
Target. So I went with Rebel Girl and the kids and
Jesus.
everything, and we went shopping, and everything in Target was like, almost everything was like 50% off or better.
Bud Light. Oh, that's
Say Bud Light?
a bunch of Bud Light.
Um,
You said white trash shopping spree. Like I.
yeah, no, I'm getting there. So I bought
Wait,
like,
Pat's Blue Ribbon. One of those.
So
I bought
speaking of Blue Ribbon, have you tried that Hulk Hogan beer?
no,
No,
No.
I'm
Okay.
dead against it.
I don't buy from zombies.
So
I honestly
I
haven't tried it.
I thought there was more to this, Johnny.
but I can't drink anymore. So
ooh,
Man,
so I bought the two
That
two
hurts my
zombie
soul
mad
to hear.
balls. I bought the two
It
missing
hurts
zombie
saying
mad
that.
balls, and then I bought like I was telling you about the blind ball turtles or whatever the hell they are. You
Wheezy
get like a plush
salty
turtle, and he's got a fuck off, dude. He's got a ceramic pizza. I bought all
Pouring
those.
one
They
for
were like,
Johnny.
what's up?
Pouring one for Johnny.
There was like 30 or 40 on the shelf. I bought the boxes and everything. I took them because they were, again, 50% off. And a couple other toys, some Transformers, that G2 Grimmy, the blue G2 Grimmy, $17. How can you go wrong there? So scored two of those. Didn't see any at the other Target. And then I got the, I think it looks like a version of Megatron, but it's not. It's like this tank guy. He's purple and gray, and I forget what the hell he's called, but snagged him, same thing. And then bought these like almost blacklight looking poster things in the we're gonna get to what you're drinking in a second. These blacklight poster things in the Halloween section, and I kind of wanted to buy the whole stack, and I'm like, man, maybe I'll just sell these somewhere else. But then I'm like, there were so many on shelf. Chances are, they're not gonna be worth anything. But this is Shellhead.
hello, Mechadome.
This is Shellhead Mechadome. Thanks for coming on time, pretty much. That's Mechadome.
Thanks for
usually comes
coming.
in,
We
like,
enjoyed that as well.
Not in the eyes.
So what's in your dirty little glass there?
I'm too sober
So-
for that one, Wheezy.
But
It looks like clean motor oil.
it's a Crown Royal chocolate.
Oh,
Royal
It
chocolate.
smells like chocolate.
Should get Tim some of that.
It's not bad. It's not their best, but it's definitely not bad. I'm trying to think of what I can mix it with to really make it something special.
Cream soda.
what's that?
I was thinking cream soda, or maybe even that. That's vodka though. That might be rough. Like the whipped cream vodka.
Jesus Christ. Dude.
Woo!
I'm gonna go ahead and mix this crown and take the edge off with some whipped vodka. It should be fine.
Well, I was thinking throw in some Fireball And
Wow.
what's that other shit? That's like it's like a horchata one.
Fuck, you know what? Just pour in a little Irish cream. That'll
There
hit
you
the
go.
spot
That'll
real
work.
nice. You know what you could do is you take Irish cream and you freeze it into ice cubes and pour it on top of the ice cubes.
So are you going to be nutting in a bunch of ice cube trays?
I mean, that's the only best way to get Irish cream, like straight from the tap.
Straight from the tap.
It's so fresh. that's
Hey,
gross.
look who's here.
Nigerian? Who the hell is Nigerian?
That's oh Jesus Christ, Tony. That's your buddy.
I know.
You
He's
remember
not
from
Nigerian.
no, but do you remember from the other chat? You said
yeah.
something was Spanish, and I said
Yeah.
what we was Nordic. He just continue on the joke, Tony.
Yeah, no, I got it. I got it. It's,
Okay.
It is, but
Um, so
uh,
here's a question. Did
Sure.
we actually decide on a topic today?
well, it's kind of like in the wind.
I mean, do we ever?
So I want to touch on this. Nicole just
We'll watch.
posted.
Go ahead.
Walmart has been popping up with new end caps with gargoyles figures, Ash, a bunch of like horror figures, and they've got these stickers on them that say $24.99, $10 savings instantly. You haven't seen these yet?
I haven't been to Walmart to check it, honestly.
So I mean, obviously, it looks like a bunch of the stuff we would have gotten in the blind boxes. That's the feeling I get, just not possibly broken as returns. It looks like all brand new, fresh production.
And so
But-
clean, yeah.
But the fact that they're like, yo, we have to sell these, and they seem to know that the $34.99 price mark is just too much. So now from factory, they're stamping them or putting stickers on them for 24, and they're popping up all over Walmarts right now.
So do you think that's going to be one of those things where people start going in and ransacking them because they think, oh, it's such a big deal? They're going to go back up later. Let me get them now, resell them.
Possible.
I don't think so.
I think if anything, like I said, I think it's just NECA finding another way to get rid of old merch or old product in the warehouse.
Stock. Yeah.
Just can't get rid of. They're like, hey, we're gonna drop the price on it. But
They made so many of those.
right, but at
Yeah.
the same time, if they're doing that, if NECA's doing that from the warehouse, they're still making money from Walmart.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
like the
Like
Walmart's
NECA's making
$34.99
theirs no
price-
matter what.
I don't say, but the $34.99 price is not a necessity then. If you could sell them store price at $24.99 and still make a profit for both companies.
But Walmart, real quick. So Walmart is not like Target, correct? Like Target has to have a rep put out NECA. Does Walmart fall under that suit?
No, Walmart owns the product outright and then they put it out.
Okay, so with that being said, so Target's really a consignment, if anything.
Essentially, just like
Yeah.
Target, like the greeting cards and a lot of their DVDs and stuff and books, like it's all done by third party. They don't own any of that shit. It's all like a consignment.
So So if that's the case, and that's why they discount them too, because they already own it, they can afford to discount the figure if they want to clearance it.
Right.
So go ahead.
Yeah, because I was. Here's the thing, Walmart,
I was
because I
watching.
know just from other distribution chains, Walmart gets a massive discount just because of the volume that they order in.
Well,
Correct.
yeah. Here's you
So-
figure anything that Walmart orders or even Target, right? Because of how big they are, they get
Mhm.
huge discounts from the suppliers. The only difference is with NECA is that, like Tony said, it's a consignment. If you technically, if you walk into a Target and you grab a NECA figure and run out the door, they aren't losing any money. NECA's losing money, but Target doesn't lose any money because they don't own that product. If that makes sense to you guys.
Target just agrees to have it on. It's consignment. They agree to have
Yeah.
it on shelf.
They're like, all right, we're gonna have it here. When we sell it, we get whatever percentage of the sale.
Right, whether it be
Listen.
$10 a figure or something stupid.
Exactly,
So-
which is why I can't say never because I've bought a clearance figure from Target, from NECA, but you very rarely see NECA go on clearance at Target because what they'll do is if it gets to that point, they send in the reps send them back to NECA, or they take them to another close by Target where stuff's selling better and put it there. And Target doesn't care because it's not in their inventory, so it doesn't make any difference on their money. But Walmart, you can go to Walmart right now. You can find turtles on clearance. You can find horror on clearance. You know, you can find those white turtle 2-packs for like $15 in some stores right now. Because
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, Walmart owns it outright, so they can just do whatever the hell they want.
NECA, you're fucking up. That's all I can say. You have killed the turtle market.
So, since we didn't have a huge topic, I was watching GDL. I don't know if you guys ever watch Geek Dad Life.
No.
All right. So it's just one of the toy tubers. And this past weekend, he always puts up like clickbait as a thumbnail. And the clickbait was of the 2012 Turtles and say, oh, is NECA saved? Like NECA was going anywhere, which they're not, right? It's just obviously clickbait. But people seem to have this real thought because one of the co-hosts on there, his name is Quip. They seem to be pretty adamant that the whole Turtle Donnie's Lair fiasco that happened, that maybe 7 people actually reported from and nobody else really reported on, they just blew up because all the toy tubers grabbed hold of it, all the news sites made it bigger than what it was. They seem to think that like really hurt NECA, and NECA was like, you know, needing to fix their ways, and they seem to think that the 2012 Turtles are fixing it, but I don't think NECA's been any issue. They're just releasing the Turtles because it's the best move for them because they have more options and more money that way. I don't think it has anything to do with trying to do right by the customers or rebuild their brand.
I agree. I agree with your thought. Like, here's my whole thought with NECA, right? So amongst other things, but NECA cares about one thing, and that's how much shit can we get out and get them to buy. I don't think they really pay attention too much to their quality. That's why they have really bad quality control issues. They have poor customer service.
That's
true. And it's they release things in such volume that I feel, at least just me, that the normal collector cannot keep up financially. So if NECA releases, you know, like I mean, holothons, $600 holothons were not uncommon. I would go to the store, get one of everything that came out for myself, and it was $600. Well, the prices have gone up. Now it's $750. You know, now it's $800 because they release so much at once. It's like, oh, I got to get this 4-pack, and I'm a completist, right? So those of us that are completists, the pricing is just getting out of control. And I mean, just for example, the 4-pack they just did, we don't know if it's going to be a 4-pack or not, do we? The 2012s?
No, it's not a 4-pack. They're all individual.
Okay, so the individual brothers and Shredder, right?
Yeah, so you have the 4 brothers. For that bundle, it's the 4 brothers individually packed and then Shredder.
But it's still, what did it come out to? 212, I think, shipped, or 209 shipped? Right?
I don't remember.
So
no, it's free shipping. It's free shipping if you got the Shredder with it.
I did it however you guys told me to, but I want to say it came out to like 200 and change. So if that's the case, you're talking 100. Let's call it what it is. It's either 150 for the 4-pack or it's gone up in price. Right. And the Shredder is close to $50, or it's just gone up in price and it's 35 or 40, but 39.99 probably. And then the shipping, and it's just like NECA, I'm going to say this again. I've said it before. They're starting to outprice themselves. The price point doesn't match the figures, and you're releasing too much, and you're making it harder for the collector to be able to buy it. And I think that's why we're seeing so many on shelf. I just saw at our Target, actually, Johnny, at the Target over Spring Hill Drive, the quote-unquote good Target.
Yeah.
That's where we went and scored all our good shit this weekend. And I was looking at the turtles that are sitting on the shelf, you know, the 2-packs.
You were killing me when you messaged me with that shit. I was like on my way, and then oh no, they're all gone. I was like, motherfucker.
So there was 8 of the Worm and Tattoo 2-packs.
Oh shit.
There was one of the, remember the Burger King Kids Club or Fan Club Turtles? Or
right, yeah, the Pizza Club, whatever it's called, yeah.
Pizza Club. There was a Leo one. They had like 4 or 5 of the Stomp 4-packs. They had 6 or 7 slashes. I mean, the shit is not moving. It is so stationary. It's gross. I don't know, man. So I just think that NECA is oversaturating their own market, and they are overcharging so much that you're starting to kill off their collectors that can afford to even do anything anymore. Especially when people aren't buying right now as it is, for the most part. My opinion.
Yeah, no. I mean, NECA went and did what collectors want, right?
Mhm.
They went deep into the property, gave us the obscure characters, the little one-off characters, and that's what people want. The only thing is that I think NECA, and I imagine they know this because they're not new to the game. So when I say I think they're realizing, I think they've known it. They've just hit that cap here with turtles. Is that there comes a point where the fans want versus what makes sense to make financially starts to level out until you start losing money making the shit that the specific shit fans want. You know what I mean? Like there's a group of fans that want I can't think of the boss's name. April's boss in the cartoon.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
Oh my God, not Vernon.
Real quick
Oh my
though. Good
God, what
night,
the hell is
Mom.
his
Good
We'll see
night.
you in the next one.
night?
Whatever his name is. I can't think of his name. But there's groups of people that like want his girlfriend from the cartoon. Like
Yeah, the big titty girl.
yeah, like I don't need that. Don't. But those are the things that NECA has been trying to give us, those little one-offs, like the deep cuts that fans want. But then they start warming shelves, and even
Burns.
cooler characters like
His name is Burn.
Burn, but even cool characters like Worm and all that, like they look cool. The tattoo looks cool, but even then, there's only so many people that really want that, and then your one-off purchases who walk by and see turtles on the shelf aren't going to buy a tattoo. They're going to buy the turtles. They're going to buy Splinter. They're going to buy Bebop Rocksteady. You know what I mean? So I think NECA's just at that point where what fans want versus what they should make is kind of on a plateau. Like they should kind of
Well,
stop.
why are we so I guess I think we talked about this before too. And I don't want to take away from the things I did want to talk about on the show. They're not like a big deal. We can go over them later. But so the first movie, I feel like we're so done. It's please stop already. Like you're just rehashing. If you're not going to give me one-off obscures from the first movie, like the guy who who's the leader in the Foot Stronghold, where the kid's like, "Oh, you got any cigarettes?" If you're not going to start giving me those one-off obscures for no fucking reason,
Sam Rockwell's character.
huh?
Sam Rockwell's character.
Yes. If you're not going to
Okay.
start giving me stuff like that, or you're not going to give me, I asked before, you're not going to give me the garbage truck with Casey or something, then let's be done with that.
You're not
Let's-
letting that go ever.
No. Let's
You and that
move
fucking
on from
garbage
that
truck.
and be done with the first movie. There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean,
Be
to be
done and-
honest,
Yeah.
when it comes to the movies, I'm good on all the movies. Like the only other figure I'd want from any of the movies, and it's just because it would be a stupid figure to have, is Vanilla Ice.
So I agree with
True.
that, but we don't even have the freaking horses from the third movie. That would be badass to have.
It'd be great, but like maybe NECA, I don't know what they're thinking, but from a customer standpoint, if you're gonna need a horse, I think you have better luck just buying like one of the horses from the Four Horsemen Legions line.
You're right with that too.
I feel that if you went that route, they're gonna be better quality horses, more articulation. Because NECA's never done a horse, so I don't know how well they'd come out. I think you just
But did
buy
we not-
Legions.
Did we not get a teaser? And you guys stop me if I'm wrong. And maybe it's Mandela
wrong.
effect. I just think it. 2 years ago, right? Because that's when we got the third pack movie, right? The third movie. Is that right?
Sounds right.
Give or take.
What?
2 years ago, yeah, because last year's Comic-Con 4-pack was what? It was a 5-pack, wasn't it? The Splinter.
Probably. But I mean, I'm thinking
I don't know.
even 3 years ago, right? Let's just say it's 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, you had the third Turtle movie. So, why would you? I guess, or no, I'm sorry, backtrack. Did we not see a teaser it's like in my head that we saw this. There was a dark image, and it had like the scene where like it's the four turtles. They're like riding out into the sunset or some bullshit.
Right.
So it's the four turtles on horses, and you see a dark background, and red is illuminating behind them, and you can see four turtles sitting on horses. Am I crazy, or did we actually see that and that never came to fruition?
I don't remember that at all. So I'm going to say you're crazy.
Yeah, I don't.
But you
remember
might
that.
be a
I mean,
genius.
Even so, like I wouldn't be surprised if they used, like Four Horsemen Studio horses for that photo prop.
I mean, like I said, I think if anybody wants horses, I think your best bet is doing the Four Horsemen or looking on just Ally Express for horses that are 1/12 scale, and then just go that
Yeah,
route.
there's plenty of badass looking like samurai horse kind of things out there that you can utilize with them. I just think for the third movie, I'm not a fan of the third movie by any means, but being a completist, it's like I need the characters from. There's not a ton of them. I don't need 15 different fucking ultimates of people. Give me the guy who looks like Casey Jones in a 2-pack with April. Give me the fat guy and the leader of the white guys. I don't know what the hell his name is. And then give me an honor guard and the leader of the the army or whatever, the daimyo army, and then give me Mitsu and her man. That's it. That's all I need. That with the I don't need the little kid. I don't need the Splinter from the third movie. I don't need any of that crap.
The only thing I would buy from the third movie if they released it would be the samurais.
The 4-pack
they swapped with, right?
It would be a 4-pack.
That's fine, but that would probably be the only other thing I'd buy from that movie because that'd just be cool.
Now,
have those four guys in the samurai suits, whatever. But I think that would be cool.
Oh, you don't want them all in their like thongs running around the fucking.
I think I'll pass on the sumo thongs. That's you can have it underneath and take their clothes off like a Barbie doll, but that's between you and the good Lord. So. I think that's the only thing I'd buy from that movie. But like I said, of it all, the only thing I really want is Vanilla Ice because I just think it's fucking hilarious that he'd have a figure and do it that way.
Does anybody know why the likeness hasn't been signed for?
I don't know if it hasn't. Maybe it's just a demand. I don't know because he was at that booth one day signing at one of the cons.
What is what I'm saying? He's all about that shit. He's if you've ever watched interviews and everything with him, he's not I don't want to be reminded that he knows what he is. He knows he's an early 90s star.
The only thing I can think of, and Van Winkle that I've met is very money driven. So I wonder if anything, if it's an amount.
So they won't pay him enough for his likeness.
Wants too much.
Yeah.
He just wants too much money for it, which NECA's run into that problem with other lines that actors demand too much money. Aliens is one of them. One of the actors from Aliens they contacted and he requested like an insane number. It's like, bro, they got Sigourney Weaver. You don't get paid more than Sigourney Weaver for an action figure. Like that's just not a thing. Like, so that's the only thing I can think of that it'd be price because it would. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like a Vanilla Ice would sell like crazy. Like having a special box that when it opens up, it looks like the stage, like fucking easy.
So that brings me to a question I want to ask you guys. As far as a celebrity and likeness for a figure, who is one celebrity that you guys never had that's on the top of your list you would absolutely fucking
I don't know about never had, but due to recent events, in the world of professional wrestling. I can't wait for them to make a Jelly Roll action figure because I feel like WWE and Mattel will make a Jelly Roll action figure, and I will buy the hell out of that fucking thing.
I thought he was a singer.
He is.
He was a rapper for like 34 albums. He made rap music, and now he does country music.
Huh.
But he does
wrestling too.
Yeah, he's been wrestling. Like he's gone and he's lost a lot of weight, and he's been like doing little spots, and he had a match at, I think it was WrestleMania. One of the pay-per-views. He had a match with another wrestler, Randy Orton, against Logan Paul, because he's a fucking wrestler now too.
Would it come as a 2-pack with him and Bunny XO?
I mean, I wouldn't be against it, but
that shit would sell out, and there'd be a lot of nerds with new socks to work out.
Awkward
yeah,
looks when you have him on the shelf at the show.
I would buy the hell out of a Jelly Roll action figure. And yes, we do need a Jelly Roll action figure. Absolutely. You're a hater. Piss off.
So, you wanker. So I was watching the I followed that channel I was telling you guys about before, and I really like them. And it's the what is it? Adult or
Reluctant Adult?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I like them.
I'm trying to like figure out how we can contact them, maybe to get them, maybe do like a crossover episode.
I think it'd be cool. I might reach out and be like, hey man, I'd love for you guys to get on, but I love watching them. I love their shorts that they put up and stuff. And one of the things he was talking about, because Johnny brought up that point about celebrities. Well, I know it's the anniversary or whatever still with Jaws and all that. And, NECA came out with all this really cool stuff. I never got the game. It's sold out. You still can't get it. And then I've been trying to find the original Ideal Toys one that I actually had some really great bids on. It just got way out of my price range that made sense for me. And it's something I do want to own at some point, because Jaws is not getting any newer. It's just getting older. And so the nostalgia and the products and everything will obviously just get more and more expensive, especially since it's an iconic movie. But on The Reluctant Adult, he talks about NECA and what happened, because we had, as a community, requested them to make the Jaws figures, right? And so they had gotten the ability, they gotten oh my God, what do you call that?
Approval for all three.
Yes, thank you. They had the approval.
Actors.
They had the approval for all three. So Quint, what is it, Roy Schneider, or whatever the hell his name is, or Robert Shaw, sorry. No. What the fuck is his name?
I'm dying right now. Hold on.
No, Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Robert Shaw.
Because we said Roy Schneider, I'm thinking Rob Schneider. I'm like, no.
I know, but isn't it Roy Schneider?
It might be, but I can't picture Deuce Bigelow out of my head now. Thank you.
All right, it's not Rob Schneider from Jaws.
That's all I'm picturing now. And he deserves to get eaten.
Where's that little button where you make it a short later? You guys remember Rob Schneider in Jaws?
Here, I'm going to push it right now. But at the bottom, see where it says stop? Right next to it says mark clip. Boom, hit that, hit the mark.
Rob
For a
Schneider in
second,
Jaws. when
you were telling him, see where it says stop, I was literally in the back of my head cringing that he was going to hit the stop button.
So they were talking about how they'd had the rights, whatever, from the three of them to make the figures. Richard Dreyfuss was the one that was giving them the most pushback and didn't want to do it. But then we only ended up with Quint and Richard Dreyfuss. We never got Roy Schneider. We never got Chief. And I still need Chief to complete my set.
So his because he's passed away.
Well, yeah,
but who I think his family owns the rights to his likeness or whatever, and they pulled the agreement. They're the ones who pulled it to make it not happen.
I just don't understand why would you not want that? Why would you? It's his legacy being one of the people on Jaws, a main character in all the other movies, because Richard Dreyfuss wasn't in the second one. He wasn't in the third one.
Right. I can't speak for them, obviously, but I do know that there are some actors with amongst other lines who will not sign their likeness because they find it creepy to have toys based on them, and they don't like it. Like, it just makes them feel uneasy, so they say no. It could be something like that. You know what I mean? Personally, if it was my father or grandfather, I'd be like, yo, hell yeah, do that shit. It was something great in his life, and the fans want to remember him. Let's do it. But they might have some weird ass beliefs. Maybe they're afraid if they do it, his soul possess the toy and take over the world. Like, I don't know.
I was like, yo, abuelo, drop kick the shark.
That was a very far-fetched thing.
Have you ever seen Tales from the Hood?
Maybe.
Well, there's a bunch of it's anthology, but one of the stories about these little dolls who get the souls of slaves and they go on a killing spree. And you forgot about it.
Holy shit. Tim, if you're still on, game on, motherfucker.
Can we never seen fucking Tales from the Hood? I love that fucking movie.
Oh my god. I did watch, I don't want to like get too far into movies and stuff because Thursdays. But I did
Because
just
Thursday, I don't have a topic for Thursday, so it's kind of like a wild card. We're just gonna go about whatever.
so I watched so Sugar Drizzle's been like wanting to watch like 80s B-rated horror and shit, right? And it's kind of cool. She's telling me, she goes, yeah, I watched whatever movie, and she goes, and I watched this, and I'm like, and so I told her about Tromaville with Toxic Crusader and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, they're so bad, they're good, Dad. And I'm like, oh, thank God she's going in the right direction. So I was telling her about this movie called The Class of 1999. I have been an advocate for this movie. It's an awesome
You brought
movie.
it up before.
Yeah, it's a great movie, and I love the cheesy ass one-liners in this movie. Like, it's so bad, it's good. And it's got Malcolm McDowell plays the principal. I mean, it's fucking nuts. Like, a lot of early ass actors. And Jesus Christ, Tim. Please don't post that up. I don't know if we want that listed anywhere.
I was about to until I thought about it.
But the main character, it's
I thought you were going to for a second when I saw that pop up. I was like, oh shit.
wouldn't that all be like, you want to mix them all together and have one dude who represents all of them, or
All right, just to get back on toys. The only like John Candy figure I want is Barf.
really?
Yes.
Yeah. What other John Candy figure would you want?
I mean, Uncle Buck.
Cool Runnings. Uncle Buck's a solid choice, but I mean, Barf.
I want him with the giant thing where he's flipping giant pancakes. You should see the toast. I can't even get it through the door.
What's up, Joe?
What's up, Joe?
Yeah, and I can't think of like a Chris Farley or a Jim Belushi figure like what I would want them from, like, or just a general figure of him. Like Jim Belushi in a toga, like Chris Farley in a small suit. Like, I mean, if you're gonna go that route, then give me John Candy and Dan Aykroyd from The Great Outdoors. At that point,
Oh, that's a great movie.
I love that fucking movie.
That's a great movie.
Or speaking of when you're like when you're talking about Dan Aykroyd and John Candy, what is it? John Candy and what is that? Little
I know
Shop
who
of Horrors. He
Little
was the
Shops of
DJ,
Horror?
the radio DJ.
Was he?
John Candy was in Little Shop of Horrors.
Wasn't he? Wait, wasn't he the radio DJ?
Rick Moranis was in Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes,
But
he was the main character. But that's another one. But I mean, John. Let me see. Doing the
Shit,
radio
do I need to
interview.
go back and watch that movie now?
Bro, I haven't seen Little Shops of Horror in a long time. Like, the only people I remember from that, like actor-wise, is obviously Rick Moranis and Steve Martin.
Steve
those-
Martin, that's what it was. He was in what is it? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles with John Candy,
Yeah.
which was not a rip off. I'm sorry, I lied. God rest him. Was the movie that Robert Downey Jr. ripped off with what's his fucking name?
Oh, the fat guy from
The Hangover.
yeah. I
Yeah.
can't think.
So-
He annoys me.
They ripped that
John
off.
Candy
That-
was the radio DJ when he went on there with the plant, and they were doing the whole bit. Because I remember that whole scene, he improvised all that.
Oh, I believe it. He improvised a lot of his stuff.
That's awesome. But I gotta go back and watch that now.
Bro,
Well, that's what I'm doing tomorrow night.
Hold on. Don't do it tomorrow night. Don't do it tomorrow night. So this week on Collectors is just a random episode, right? It's not enough time to do anything. Next week's episode of Collectors, let's fucking watch like Little Shops of Horror over the weekend, and then discuss fucking Little Shops of Horror on the cast.
So how long is the movie?
An hour and a half to 2 hours. Like it's a regular movie, like runtime.
Yeah,
If it's an hour and a half.
I'm not getting hit with copyrights.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, you talking about like do it live over the?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get hit with that copyright now. But let's do that because I've been wanting to do an episode like that. So let's do Little Shops because I haven't seen that in a long time.
I'll watch it because
Since
Rebel
I was
Girl
a kid,
would
to
totally
be
watch
honest.
it. Gianna's wanting to watch that kind of stuff. So yeah.
It's 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah. What is it? Titanic?
better. So,
It's
so
crazy.
let's
though.
do
You know
that
that girl
next
that
week's
plays,
episode of Collectors. We're gonna watch, and then we'll be on it, and we'll
the
discuss
lady that plays Gina in Martin, the TV show.
Yeah,
That was her first gig.
yeah, she was singing.
Yeah,
Wasn't Pam there too?
I think so. Yeah.
From Archer?
No, Martin. What the fuck?
Uh,
Good
Sorry.
Lord.
I apologize.
Here you
So,
go, Tony.
so kind of the point, and I'm sure we'll bleed off, but with Queen Latifah Call of Duty. Holy shit.
Now see, hold on. I would take these. I would take a John Belushi and a Dan Aykroyd as the Blues Brothers. I'd buy those figures.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That I'd get down with. But I've always wanted. We've discussed it before. Like I've always wanted more music figures. Like NECA does some rock here and there, but I've always wanted like a really good, like hip hop line. Give me some of the classic hip hop artists. I think you guys awesome imagery, looks.
I think I would want Mondo to do that. A 12-inch figure, Mondo, like
I'm sorry, I don't got Johnny money. Tony's
but
like,
here's
"I
the
don't
thing,
like
you
hip-hop."
know it'd be quality. That'd be like the best version of it you could possibly get, other than going like something ridiculous like a hot toy.
Yeah, no.
So, like, can I get a Hot Toys Tupac where he's got the bullet holes in him?
the variant? It's a running change.
Oh,
I don't know.
that would
I've
be
always
the
thought that
face-
dope. Have a bunch of like just iconic musicians and with general musicians, normal other musicians, rap, like just a huge
I-
music line that encompasses everything.
Can we get Kurt Cobain with the shotgun?
I mean, do what you want. It's kind of weird. In one side, fucking a mess in the back. Yeah.
Party in the back, business in the front.
That's a party, all right. It's
So listen, the whole thing we sort of like we were going to talk about a little bit tonight, but was I got a picture and it was from the movie Aliens or Alien. Sorry, I know
it's
you're going to say
Aliens,
something.
the second one.
I know you're going to say something, so I said Alien.
But it's the second one. It's Aliens.
It's from Alien?
Aliens. The second one, because because first of all, Ripley's hair is shorter, right? Because that was the second one. And it's from the scene where she's in the room with Newt, who's only in the second one, and she was dead in the third one.
Are you
Tony,
sure?
you did this to yourself. You knew this was gonna happen.
It's the
I know. I'm
second
not
one.
saying he's wrong, but I'm feeling like he's wrong for a second. Hang on.
It's Aliens.
8 months from now, he's gonna remind you of it too.
Damn
Yep,
right.
she's in the image. Yeah, she's in the image. Okay. So didn't Newt die in the second one from the alien eating her? They face on her.
No.
Third one.
She died between the second and the third one. Like
But
that.
like an alien got her, right?
They don't ever show what happened to her. Like the crash killed her.
But
Well,
there was
that's
an
what they're
alien
saying, at
inside
least.
of her.
But it's kind of did that alien cause the crash type of thing.
Okay, yeah. They don't want to say that she got eaten.
Or Hicks.
What?
Hicks, the guy who survived, Hicks
Yeah.
from Terminator.
Well, in the third one, they're all dead except for Ripley and the fucking.
Such a bad fucking idea.
I like the movie, man. I really do.
Well, you're weird.
Yeah. She died in Star Trek 3.
Yeah, they never show her live. You just
Yeah, and Joe says he was like Ripley's like stunt double or something. I don't know what he's got going on.
yeah,
Um,
he like helped make the alien, and
Oh,
I don't even
shit.
know. He actually played Newt.
he sourced the
he's just
lava
grown
from the
up
final
now.
scene.
Bro. So remember how I told you my NECA order was missing things?
Uh-huh.
I sent the email before we went live. I just now got a reply from him saying, "Hey, we apologize about this. Can you send us a photo of what you did get and the slip, and we'll take care of it."
Yeah, when they sent me one of my orders, I was missing one of the Ben Cooper kids, and they sent me a fucking gargoyle instead. I messaged them within an hour. They replied back, same thing, showed a picture, showed it, and then they sent it out like 2 days later.
It's fucking cool. I was like, all
See,
right.
I told you when you're like, "Oh, I got these 2 Chuckies. I didn't order these." Like, yeah, you're missing other shit. Then that's what they fucking
You
do.
weren't wrong.
That's,
Weird.
that's what they
So-
fucking do.
The whole point though of bringing up the Aliens movie was
Sorry.
in the Aliens movie, there's a scene where Ripley's doing something in a lab or some shit, and you see Shockwave hanging from the ceiling, a Transformers toy. So my point was toy cameos. And I thought about it more and I started breaking it down more. And think about it like this. Movies today, right? So I'm gonna start with like what is it? I think it's Lost World, Jurassic Park.
Uh-huh.
There's something to this, man. Stop playing the things. So Lost World, Jurassic Park. That's the one with the 2 kids and the cryopod, like the older brother, younger brother, right? That's like the movie that brings back Jurassic Park franchise.
Right, yeah. The first
Okay.
one with Star-Lord in it, yeah.
Yes. So in the opening scene of that movie, where the younger brother is in his room, he's got toys like a wooden airplane and a wind-up robot. He has shit that like kids don't have. Like kids don't play with that stuff because kids don't play with toys nowadays, right? Kids have
We're back on this
electronics.
topic?
Kids have, huh?
So we're getting back on this topic?
Well, but there's a point to this. So
Okay.
there's no cameos like that in today's world. So they're not playing with toys. You don't see Legos on the shelf. You don't see any of that. And the same thing happened in Krampus. They show that opening scene where the kid Max is sitting there writing a letter to Santa, and you look in his room, and it's the same thing. There's like rubber dinosaurs. Like it doesn't make any sense. It looks like it looks like an Amish kid's bedroom of toys or some crap. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. However,
Amish a lot of credit.
yeah, I don't know. But you go back in the 80s or even early 90s, and you think about movies where there were toy quote unquote cameos, where back then you could see toys in movies that you don't see anymore now.
I wonder. So this is where I feel like there's a difference in what you saw versus what you're saying, right? Because you're talking about the idea came from a picture from Aliens, and all it is like 3 arms hanging down from the ceiling because it's a machine that they just
Yeah.
happen to use a transformer toy for the ends of the hands, right? Or the arms of this machine.
Yep.
Versus saying, I can't even think of the shows. There was one show on TV recently where it takes place in like the early 90s. But whatever. In the show, you often see like Masters of the Universe, Ninja Turtle toys. Like you see toys like that in the kids' room because of that era. That's the toys that would have been there.
Yeah.
But I start
Like in Stranger
wondering,
Things.
right? But I start wondering how much can they actually show like of a Ninja Turtles toy there before they have to start shelling out money for having it in their movie,
Okay, so I get your point,
right?
but you're
The
like,
transformer hanging
Stranger
from the
Things,
ceiling.
right? I don't
counts
watch
as a
Stranger Things.
transformer.
I don't watch Stranger Things, but that's what the show we're talking about, right?
No, it's just as an example.
Oh, okay.
No,
So
the show I was talking about was called The Goldbergs. It was like early 90s, late 80s. It was a recent show, but it took place in that time.
I guess like, okay, so I'm thinking about what shows or movies. It's relevant to me whether it's a show or a movie, right? But so going back to Krampus, going back to Lost World. Those kids' rooms were very just generic,
Right.
pre-adolescent boy
Okay.
rooms. What happened?
And to Wheezy's point, that's probably why, because the production team was like, hey, if we start placing these specific toys that are licensed in a film that's licensed and so forth, there's money that's going to have to be shelled out.
Right, because could you imagine, like in Jurassic World, they look at his room, he's got like Five Nights at Freddy poster. Be like, oh, Five Nights at Freddy, we want money. You got our product and the product placement type thing. Like,
Or
I wonder if
Dinobots.
that prevents it. So they're like, just
Well-
give a generic rubber toys. Ooh, a kid.
You're not wrong. So then, okay, then what happened? Because I'm going to rattle off some right off the rip, right?
Let's
A
do
movie
it.
called Vice Versa. It had Fred Savage, and it had, I can't remember the dude's name from Gremlins, the guy who plays,
Billy,
what?
the guy who plays Billy in Gremlins.
No, the other guy that he doesn't like. Trying to hit on Kate.
Oh, I don't fucking remember that.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah,
guy.
the guy from the bar that works at the bank with him.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't don't know who
So,
the actor is, but yeah.
Him and Ben Savage, or Fred Savage, I'm sorry, are in Vice Versa. Well, in Vice Versa, Charlie, who's a young kid, has Voltron. He has the electronic Voltron that moves around by itself. You've got then you've got in Flight of the Navigator, the kid who plays the kid in Flight of the Navigator, when he ends up in the facility with what the hell is her name? Fuck, she's so gross. Sarah Jessica Parker. So sorry, not sorry. I'm gonna clip that one. But Sarah Jessica Parker, and he doesn't know anything because that kid grew up in '78. So he's
Making fun of
hanging
the
out
poor
with
What year
her.
was that
horse-faced
movie?
bitch.
What's up?
I said you're making fun of the poor horse-faced bitch.
But the movie was 1980 something. I don't remember, Johnny. I
Well,
want to say
It could be that era as well. I mean,
I
things were
want to
kind of
say it was 87 or 80.
fast and loose in the 80s.
What?
Things were kind of fast and loose in the 80s.
Well, yeah, giggity. Well, it's baby boomers, right? So, but it like mid 80s is supposed to be where he moved to, right? Because remember, he traveled like 10 years into the future or some shit. And so his brother's like 17 now, right? So it all makes sense. But they have Transformers on the bed, like full on Transformers in the box. And then you move on. There's other movies with the same thing.
Well,
The hell's-
Ernest Saves Christmas, you saw My Pet Monster, right?
You had My Pet Monster. You had all kinds of stuff. Well, it's the same thing in moving to the 90s. Remember the Santa Claus? Charlie has all these toys in the room. He's sitting on that fucking skateboard. It's like a 3-way skateboard or whatever the hell it is. I don't remember what it was he was sitting on. But falls under. That's a good call.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe. That's
Well,
a possibility.
remember
Now,
E.T.?
I think in the 90s though, things kind of changed a bit because in the 90s you started to see a lot more lawsuits happen. Like people just
And
started suing people for everything in the 90s.
That might be the case. I just think it's kind of funny how, like, even in E.T., if you remember, Elliot doesn't want to go to school. Remember? Because, like, E.T.'s in the house. He doesn't want to go to school.
Right.
So he's left home alone with E.T. Well, he starts showing him the Star Wars figures.
Right.
And full on, he goes,
acts
yeah,
like he
this is Luke-
recognizes Yoda.
Right. He's like, this is Luke Skywalker. This is whatever. And like, he goes, then you can make him have wars. And then, yeah, E.T.'s like pointing to Yoda. And he goes, yeah, that's Yoda. I'm like,
during it, ET, right? And that's a good point there. But wasn't Spielberg friends with Lucas?
Yes.
yes.
Weren't they all buddy at the time? So I don't think Lucas would have really cared then if his buddy product place,
Yeah, he's plugging for him, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Or
like
him.
you said,
Yeah.
that was also like a different era, right? But then it
Yeah.
also comes down to, like I was saying with the when I was questioning, like, where did they get for Aliens? Where did they just get these 3 Transformers from? Because most of these companies don't go out to the stores and buy stuff specifically for this. They have like huge warehouses just full of random shit that they go in, they grab this and that, and they make stuff work. So I'm wondering if there's a limit to the budget on a set. Like, all right, we have to decorate a room. You have this much budget to decorate this room. You can go into this room, or this part of the warehouse and get name brand shit, but it's going to cost you this much. Versus you get the generic shit, it's a third of the price. You know what I mean?
So
Then
Very true.
I posted in our group chat earlier. So the radio, it's kind of funny because it's reversed, right? So the Radio Shack guy, Galactic Man, was produced
Right.
between 83 and 85.
okay,
Transformers were late 84 into 85. So Galactic Man technically was out before Shockwave even existed.
Now, and I kind of asked that because I remember in the chat, I asked that because I remember seeing this thing on Sci-Fi channels. They did like a behind the scene of like on sets, building stuff. And I remember one of the guys was saying like Radio Shack, they love shopping there because they can buy all sorts of stuff and build gadgets that look futuristic and all this shit, like just from Radio Shack parts.
So if
right.
that's the case,
the movie came out in 86, which means they were working on it in end of 84, 85. Right.
so think about that. So Transformers was out. Shockwave was out. You could buy a real Shockwave, right? You could buy the real purple Shockwave you saw on the show. So maybe at that time, maybe Galactic Man or Gray Shockwave was on clearance. And so they're like, oh, fuck, we'll use these for something. And so they bought whatever they could buy and ended up making it into the movie.
No, it's definitely
That's
possible.
a possibility.
Like I said, it's just like you were saying with how some of these movies, the kids' rooms are such generic, almost bootleg toys they have, versus having like
Is
actual.
this real?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yes. I don't even watch that shit, and I know that's real.
Well, I don't know that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a scene where there's a huge, I don't know, a meeting where there's just fucking councils for like the senators from all over the galaxy, and there's one scene where it goes by and you see ET.
I remember this. I watched this with Rebel Girl.
So Wheezy, you made a really great point when you were talking about the production and how they get all these parts and they have a budget and a limit of what they can use. And that actually kind of made me wonder, and I asked in the chat. So it kind of made me wonder, what other movies do you guys think are out there where they use action figures and parts like that you wouldn't even know because they just kind of
see that's hard.
Something else.
Yeah, see, that's them.
Ouch.
Which is why now after they did that, the whole theory came out why E.T. the way he acts when he's showing when the kid is showing him the Star Wars toys, and he shows him Yoda, and they said like he acts like the way he responds to Yoda is like, oh, almost like he knows who that is because he's on the fucking console and he's in that universe like it's a real thing. Like
that is wild, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. Like,
but
go ahead,
John,
I'm sorry,
that would be hard to really try and pick. Like, I don't know how the hell somebody noticed in Aliens that fucking the Transformer was hanging there. Like, I barely noticed when you're watching. Like when you're watching a movie and they show a kid's room, I barely ever pick out the right fucking toys that are in the kids' room, right? So I couldn't even tell you how the hell somebody noticed one in Aliens, but considering when prop designers are told they need something, those guys become mad scientists. If you look at the process the guys did to make the proton packs and Ghostbusters and like the PKE meters, they use a shoehorn or some shit to make the PKE meter. Like they use all kinds of weird shit to make these things. So there could be toys all over the place we've never noticed because of how well they're used and camouflaged.
To your point, like it wasn't a toy, but I saw a feed come through about the original Terminator movie, which don't get me wrong, I love Judgment Day, but the original Terminator towards the end had some of the best scenes with the endoskeleton. So there's the part where what's up?
No, I'm trying to see where you're going. I'm trying to follow along.
There's the part where what's her name? Fucking
Sarah?
Thank you. She's like shimmying through the two things. They're gonna like crush her at the very, very end. Yeah, so she gets out of the press, and then like you have the Terminator in there, and she like presses the button, like lock him in there, all that stuff. I
You're
didn't know this.
terminated, asshole.
So they literally had no prop makers are amazing. You ever seen it? They actually had no ending. They didn't know what they were going to do for the crushing part. They didn't know that was going to be a thing. So they took they literally did it on scene, 2 pieces of foam board, and they made a tinfoil like face for the Terminator.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They put a light bulb so you could see his eye, and they wanted the light bulb to gradually die out, obviously, when he got crushed. And the smoke, they said they literally had a stagehand going and smoking and now going back, I'm like, holy shit, that is so crazy to see that.
Oh yeah.
And when it's getting crushed like this, it's just foam board crushing tinfoil.
That's
And it's fucking wild, man.
bro, like prop makers, like Joe said, prop makers, they're amazing. They have a completely different eye and thought process on how to do these things. Things that you would never consider. You'd be like, what the? You'd be like, oh, I have to do that. I have to go buy a press, and I got to make like no. They're like, nope. Give us some, some foam board, a little bit of tin foil, and we'll make this happen.
They did it on set. Like I read the thing. Like I want to go watch. They have the movies that made us, and so they have Alien, they have Freddy, they have Terminator. I want to go back and watch those because now in my head, like that shit intrigues me. I want to know what steps you went through and what it took to make that scene happen. Because I know as a kid, the original Terminator, like the second one was spooky, but because I was young when I watched it. But the first one, that fucking terrified me as a kid when it was chasing her through the machinery factory or whatever it was.
Right.
Because I'm thinking about how overpowering this machine is. She's running from it with a bum ankle or whatever else she's running with. Even the Terminator has a bad ankle at one point. Because I think they blew it up in the hip or some shit.
Yeah, the fucking pistons. Yeah. You got to run.
Yeah, didn't they put like a fucking
there was a stick of dynamite that went into his
yeah, and so when it's like pulling itself along inside and I'm not claustrophobic, but when she's in the crusher, I'm just thinking, oh god, I'd be losing my mind. I'm snaking through a crusher that could kill me.
Are you claustrophobic?
No, not at all. That's the funny part.
I mean, when you really think about it, like prop makers,
claustrophobic for her.
Prop makers are really like real life MacGyvers, right?
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, you need this? Let me get a pencil, a rubber band, a paper clip, and a little bit of WD-40, and then you have a crushing scene of a robot. Like how? Don't fucking know, but it does.
And you know what's crazy though? Like with all the advancement we have with CGI, all the computer stuff, it's crazy though. A lot of times the practical effects stuff just comes out better on film.
It really does.
Well, because they also know, shoot from this angle, hide this. Like you can get all the necessities in there.
To Joe's point, again, it's like the class of 1999 I just watched. It has a really shitty third-party looking Terminator in it, which is the teachers, right? So when you see it without the mask on, it looks like a fucking nightmare. It's fucking crazy. But when you ever look at a T-800, right? Because that's essentially what is made into that mass army.
Right.
They're all T-800s. When you look at that fucking thing, it's not smiling. It's not doing anything. It's just with 2 fucking red eyes, and it does nothing else. That is spooky.
Well, so you got to remember, Tony, Joe is about so many years older than us. So when he saw it, he was older than you were as a child. When you saw it. Completely different eyes seeing that for the first time. Because I imagine if you saw Terminator now as a 40-year-old for the first time, you'd be like, all right, that was fun, but that wasn't creepy or spooky. But for a kid?
No, I just have that mentality in my head that will never change about how spooky he looks.
Well, because it hit you as a kid.
Yeah. Well, so like Terminator 2, I remember when I watched that, and it's funny because they did the later on or whatever, like 2-3 years after the movie, they did like kind of the making. They used to do that kind of stuff where it was the making behind the scenes. And so now I go back and I can see the scenes where, all right, let's move Arnold out. let's get this shit that's on a track. And like the scene actually, it's the scene where he's in the lobby.
Hey, happy early birthday, Joe.
Hey, happy birthday, man. So you know the lobby scene where they're at Cyberdyne Studios, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
And they're all like shooting at the Terminator, and he's like, look, go upstairs, get out of here, kind of thing.
Mhm.
And so he's battling them, and they're unloading rounds of automatic weapon on him. And he just keeps moving forward slowly. And it's funny because you can tell when he's gone, and they just have this dummy that's going, like, moving forward. The effects are so bad. But as a kid, I'm like, oh my God, he's getting shot up. Well, then you saw the making, and you're like, oh, that's fucking terrible. Like, I know exactly who it is.
Bro, it's like the first time seeing I feel Jaws 3 when he's in like SeaWorld.
Mm-hmm.
The graphics they use for the underwater of Jaws attacking like SeaWorld.
When it's like,
it's just like a rubber shark.
yeah. God, it's so fucking bad.
So that
Wait,
was a
so
twist.
when was
That
when
a
was the first time you guys saw Evil Dead?
That'd be like-
17? 18?
Yeah, I was probably like 14 or 15.
Okay. Wow. All right, I was a lot younger. But
The
it
skeletons?
was like it's like that though at the time when I was watching that. Right? The first time you really don't think about how rubbery, that shit looks. And then later on as you're older and you see it the second time around, you're like, oh.
See, I mean, as a kid, I think the only thing that like a kid for Evil Dead, besides obviously it's very gory. The only part of Evil Dead is like not kid friendly. I don't want to say the exact thing that happens because I don't want to get us like flagged. But we all know the tree scene, right? Like,
Oh. Yeah.
It's hot.
like that. I think is the only real thing. Is like, I don't think kids should be watching this. Everything else,
Yeah, I would.
all right. Oh man. What else? Joe is like
Reading-
lighting it up right now. Gremlins were spooky for me, but the drummer
Gremlins
voice
never
song
bothered me.
scared me for years. Not to mention the fountain scene.
No, I was traumatized by Critters.
Fucking
Oh, I
love
loved
man.
Critters by that point, man.
Critters
Love
is
this
great.
guy.
I love the movie, but it traumatized me as a kid. For
That's
sure.
one. That's one like Gremlins that like every I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months, a news report comes out. Oh, they're filming a new Critters or a new Gremlins movie, and then like nothing ever comes of it. But I just saw recently that they're redoing Critters with practical effects.
So the
Nice.
first one as a kid scared me, and for multiple reasons. The second one, third one, I mean, they just got comical. I mean,
Which
look,
most
dude,
horror movies do.
they make cheeseburgers and they make the wind go, and it brings all the critters because they smell cheeseburgers.
Okay, so that's what got you, not like when the bounty hunter turns into a porn star.
All right. So the first Critters movie, the two bounty hunters are in like a spaceship, right? And they're like, "Oh, we're going to this planet." For some reason, their faces are like cotton candy faces, and so it's like, "Oh, we've got to try to look like somebody." So they immediately like melt their faces to look like these two famous rock stars. Oh, it's a fucking weird movie.
Let's not
Why?
talk
That's
about
a
that.
that's a very
So, man,
white I mean, did you have
So-
cable? I mean, I don't even.
man, that's. I remember as a kid, never. This is collector's hideout talk. This is-
You're absolutely correct.
but never.
No. I'm gonna say no. That was not a sequel.
Was Evil Dead 2 meant to be a remake of the original? No, but they're like the first 10 minutes of it's basically the first movie, right?
Right.
Like really fastly done, like a quick recap. The actress was different, but yeah. Because they did the same thing with Evil Dead or Army of Darkness. The first 5-10 minutes was like a recap of what had happened up to that. I feel like more movies need to do that because these movies come out so far apart. I forget what happens.
Like like a bunch of Friday the 13th movies are like that too, basically.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen Jason Takes Manhattan.
You don't need to.
I feel like
Actually,
I
you
do.
do.
I love
It's
that
a
shit.
fun movie. It's fun. Dude,
Oh.
the scene where Jason punches the dude's head off. Come on, that was comical.
Supposedly,
Whoa,
I
whoa,
saw
whoa,
a
whoa,
thing-
whoa! This isn't real, is it? Am I this stupid?
What?
Billy Zane was in Back to the Future?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, he was with Biff's like that crew. You know those two, like there's 2 or 3 goons that are with Biff.
Like the 50s.
Billy
Biff.
Zane is one of them.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here.
that I didn't know.
Well, I'm Googling.
That's beyond my realm.
Holy shit, you're not wrong. Billy Zane, Back to the Future. Holy shit, dude.
What the fuck?
Well, no, it's kind of a big deal because imagine that is fucking crazy. Hold on.
Dude, when I was a kid, Billy Zane was kind of like my hero because I love Phantom. And so when they
Billy
made
Zane
that
is
movie,
shit.
when they made that movie, and Billy Zane was like, I was like, fuck yeah.
Billy Zane looks like he belongs, like he was a serial killer that got caught.
Yeah,
Look at him compared to them.
it's funny how I've seen that movie a lot and I never even noticed him.
So you guys remember he's in a lot of movies, but my favorite movie with Billy Zane is Demon Knight.
Oh my gosh, yes. The Tales from the Crypt one?
Such a good fucking movie. And he plays like the devil or some kind of demon.
Yeah.
And holy crap.
He gets pissed off. He's like,
I
I'm
know,
sick of this
it's a
cowboy
collector's thing.
shit.
This is a collector's talk,
Yeah,
but it is
he
such
cuts
a
his
good
hand and
movie.
starts throwing blood everywhere to bring out the demons and shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, fucking what's his name? The guy from Shawshank Redemption is like the main dude.
Morgan Freeman?
No.
No, the other one. Oh.
Nowhere near.
So-
Morgan Freeman. Nope, he is white as hell.
You know what?
He
This
could
I'm
be
gonna
Martin
touch-
Freeman. That'd be about it.
Gustavo brought up the Highlander movie. The fact that they're
Nobody cares
making
about
a
that.
Highlander movie, I think, is atrocious. Why? Did we need that? Do we need a new Highlander?
We don't need the old Highlander.
Gustavo wants to bring back toys in a game for Highlander.
No. Gustavo needs to take a nap. He's all right.
Like, yeah, no, no.
The Shadow. What the hell is going on? They
What?
should remake The Shadow.
Why?
I don't know. That's like the Black Panther movies. Those weren't good either.
That's not accurate, but okay. That's not
Not the movement. The show. The movies.
the movement. The movies are pretty good. I mean, if you respect people, you know what I mean.
The ones in Forrest Gump were really cool. God damn it, I'm adorable. All right.
So, I got
Yes.
this.
So yeah, like I was saying, the toys and movies, I just think it's kind of cool and kind of weird. I guess to your points, you guys are talking about how the rights, right? And how those companies probably want royalties. If you're going to show our toys and something, we want to get paid. But I
When you
guess
say
in
the
my
rights,
brain, I'm like,
this element, like 2025, you say the rights, my mind's like, what are we talking about? Like,
I keep thinking in my head, I'm like, man, it's 2025. And even in the last 10 years, you just saw less and less movies that had real toys. Like, okay, do you guys remember? You probably don't, and it's fine. It's on me, but the Skateboard Kid, where he had made the skateboard and it like talked and like, do you guys remember that? It's like one of those like B-rated kids movies
No.
that came out. So he's playing with a kid who's much younger than him. And
Like
he
a
goes,
Knight Rider skateboard?
yeah, kind of. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
It really is,
Just the
though. And the kid
description.
goes, oh, you want to play Joes and Cobras? And the kid goes, like, kid's significantly older than him. And he goes, no. And the guy goes, all right, you can be Cobra. I'll be Joe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing. And it's crazy because the kid's got a bunch of G.I. Joe and Cobra toys in front of him. And it's funny to think about, like, you just don't see that now. Like, these movies come out, these shows come out, and these kids are playing with toys, but they're never playing with anything that's like, oh, that's a transformer. Oh, that's a this. Oh, that's a that. Because kids nowadays don't play with that. They're all on electronics and stuff.
I mean, but even then, right? Because they'll show like, oh, he has a handheld game, but it's the most generic looking handheld game he's holding, right? It's never a
Right.
Nintendo, it's never, a PSP. And I think that just runs into the same thing. For product placement, they don't want to pay, or they can't get the company to approve it. They have to pay them to have it in their movie. Like,
Yeah, because there was like a Netflix or Amazon Christmas movie came out like a couple years ago. It was like, what was it, 8-Bit Christmas? And it's very heavy 80s nostalgia. And it's about a kid getting a Super Nintendo.
right.
I can't imagine how much they had to pay Nintendo for all that product placement and going through all of
Didn't we learn about product placement in Wayne's World?
that. Exactly.
It's the choice of a new generation. So do you remember oh God. Remember the show Roseanne?
Yes.
Okay. In Roseanne, probably
Darlene has an alien costume and a chest buster comes out of her shirt. Yeah, I remember
that
that.
is not what I was gonna say, but that's awesome. I remember that. This might have been 3 seasons in, I'm not sure. But the person who played the mom was very like,
Roseanne?
no,
Oh,
the mom of Roseanne was very invasive, right? And would like just do things, not consult Dan and Roseanne. And so one of the things she did was she bought DJ bought DJ Super Nintendo. And so there's an episode where he goes, Mom, Dad, look, Grandma got me Super Nintendo. So he walks in, he's holding the box for Super Nintendo. We don't see that nowadays. Nobody runs in on a show and goes, yeah, Mom, Dad, they bought me PS5. So I'm saying, like, I'm trying to like figure out why
the
is
only
there
thing
that breakdown? Like, I mean, that like Roseanne was
the only thing to
90s.
think of is money, right? And then the era, like the 90s, 80s, 90s, even early 2000s were different. People, chances are, maybe they didn't have to pay as much. Maybe they didn't have to pay at all. Maybe they started getting on them about stuff. Because remember, I don't remember what cartoon. There was some cartoon where they were supposed to have like their version of the GameCube, but they called it the Game Sphere or Game Globe or something.
On South Park. Oh, come on, Game Sphere.
Was that okay? That's what it. Yeah, like they
Yep.
just. It's got to be legal issues. Like that's the only reason I would assume.
I don't think
they
that was the
could
case for
use-
South Park, though. Like, not to cut you
No?
off, but South Park just did obscure random shit to be funny. Like, you
Well,
didn't have Pokemon, you had Chin Pokemon.
No, but like the one when I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about it was in my mind. It was I want to almost say it was a live action show where like I can't think of what the hell they would have been, but like they always have like some like what it is, but the name is just different enough that you're like, oh, okay, it's their version to not get sued by Nintendo or PlayStation. You know what I mean? But
So, how did movies like The Wizard, and I know it's old because that was like 89, 88, because Super Mario 3 had just come out. That was like the whole point. So, how did like they get away with it?
they asked Nintendo for permission and make a contract allowing it. Right?
Yeah.
We'll give you this much money, Nintendo. And it depends on, I imagine, also on how much that product is intertwined with the movie, right? The Wizard, you're seeing gameplay, like it's a very integral part of the movie.
That whole movie is Nintendo.
But then you look at a movie like Big, Where when they're in FAO Schwartz, there's toys all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't think they went through and got the permission or had to like dish out a lot of money for all those different properties.
Uh-oh, Johnny's getting feisty.
No.
But,
No, go ahead, Wheezy. You just actually
No.
you reminded me of something.
but that just makes me think that like the background, like depending on how much it's used, how far in the scene, like it's different aspects. But if you have something like that where Mario is like the draw to your movie, you're going to need to pay up. They ponied up coin for that.
Yeah. So, Tony, I know you follow Toy Federation. Wheezy, I don't
Yep.
know if you watched any of the.
I watched some of their stuff.
All right, so they've mentioned several times that they are in a movie. They assisted with placing product like vintage toys in a movie. The reason being is when the people that were filming the movies try to get rights through the different companies, right, to place product, and they were all like, no. So then the route they went was going through the toy store, through Toy Federation.
So, because Toy Federation owns the toy, right? They may not own the likeness or the rights, but they own that toy. I have the right to put that in my movie. Is that kind of
I'm
it?
not a lawyer, so I can't say how.
I don't think that was quite it, but it was basically the loop around was using the toys from the toy store in that scene of the movie.
Because it makes me wonder, like, all right, so like something like that, right? So if it's just like background, like if somebody made a movie of us and they're not going to go get rights like every action figure up here, right? Because it's just background. You probably have to get maybe a licensing for Turtles.
Stay
Not,
Puff and Optimus right there.
right, like you're not going to have to get like everything. But if you're making a movie and you're like, oh, look at this Hot Wheel, and then like you're focused on it, you blow it up to be bigger, and like it becomes your car. Like I feel like then you're gonna have to get rights because you're like displaying it as a prime part of the movie. That then you have issues. Background stuff you could probably get away with, but even like on newscasts and shit, if somebody's like standing there and they have a T-shirt that says like 7-Up, they often like blur it out for whatever reason, like because of legal purposes. Like they can't be advertising that
Make
type.
7-Up yours.
Like whatever. Because I've noticed that like even in like documentaries and shit, you'll see somebody has like a hat on, but then it's blurred out. Like, ooh, what are they blurring out on his hat? Is it like, it's usually like a Yankee symbol or something? But
Yeah, I remember seeing one of those shirts blurred out like on a live thing. I can't remember what it was. But I thought it was funny. Yeah, now that you mentioned that, I thought it was funny because it wasn't anything offensive or anything like that. It was just a product placement. It was just, the logo of
right. So
Yeah.
there's got to be, and like Johnny said, when you're looking at movies from the 80s, 90s, even early 2000s, it may have just been easier, lot more lax rules and laws that allowed people to just get away with murder on that.
Oh, not only that too, it was kind of harder for word to get around about something. Whereas today, stuff like easily can get blown up and viral, and like and next thing you know, everyone and their brother saw this, this stream or this whatever that had this product in it.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah. That's fucking wild, though. I don't know, man. There's a lot to, I guess, a lot to dig into there and a lot to divulge. It's kind of weird how,
I mean, there's a lot of variables.
Yeah, there really is. There really is. So, all right. Well, it's 20 after 10. You guys ready? We'll call it.
Yeah, these shows go so fast. It's like I look forward to it all day, and it's like we talk, and it's like, oh, bam, we're done.
I mean, well, we start at 9:00. I mean, can't do earlier because people need time to get off work, eat, dinner, do all their things. So,
No, that's fine.
okay.
I just look forward to our nights.
I know. It's all right. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. We appreciate the banter in the chat. You guys are always interactive. We appreciate our regulars. You guys are awesome. Truffy says hi. Meow meow. Yeah, I know you're mad about most things. But guys, thank you so much for coming out. Johnny, listen, we haven't plugged in a while, guys. Giggity. Listen, there's stuff down in the links or whatever. I know Wheezy puts them in there. Fourth wall, if you want, Shellhead gear. What's up?
I try. I
Well-
try my damnedest.
Shellhead gear. We've got shirts, shoes. You guys name it, we have it. And of
Speaking
course,
of Wheezy, when are we going to start seeing some collectors hideout stuff?
swag.
I mean, eventually, I guess, if I can get enough people, that return and watch, you know what I mean? Like, we had a bad turnout on our last show. It really frustrated me.
Well, it was wrestling, and I wasn't on.
Well, I mean, wrestling's a huge fucking thing. It's a huge deal. You don't
But-
like it, but wrestling's a huge deal. And Mr. Oh, I'm gonna be in the chat. Never fucking showed up.
Well, I had stuff going on with
Whatever.
Good night, lady.
I thought she already
Again.
left. She came back. I like that.
But again, guys, thank you so much for coming out. As always, J5 Toys free shipping. Because we don't offer free shipping, but we know J5 Toys does.
I thought we
And,
weren't supposed to say free shipping anymore.
It's whatever. But visit the website.
This
Buy
man
me
does not
shit.
represent me.
Free shipping. Grub Sport. Is Grub Sport still happening?
Yeah.
No, he's just fucking threw it all away.
Well, Grub Sport free ship. I don't fucking know.
Grubs-
Wheezy doesn't sell shit, but if he did, I'm sure it'd be free shipping.
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm not
Uh-oh.
getting those charges. But
We will see you guys on Thursday on Collector's
Not
Hideout.
in today's market.
Wheeze, I know it's going to be a crapshoot or whatever, but I'm excited to get into the banter and talk about movies and
yeah,
crazy
so
shit movies. Can be a lot of fun.
yeah, Thursday, like I said, it's just a wild card. Whatever pops up, conversation comes up, whatever the chat throws at us, it's just wherever it goes, it goes. No,
So I think Wheezy, you should definitely mention it on the Thursday's cast. But for everyone watching now, also go watch Little Shop of Horrors. So that way the week
Yes.
after, when Wheezy goes, on the cast live to talk about it, you guys can also chime in the chat.
oh yeah, no, I want everybody involved in that. I'm gonna put together a advertisement that I can for it. Like, great, we're gonna do what we can.
Plus, any excuse to watch that movie again, it's great.
Really,
I'm going to check it out this weekend. I'm going to make sure to make a plan to watch it with the kids. I'm going to make Sugar Drizzle watch it. Rebel Girl loves the movie. So I think it's been kind of cool. Maybe we'll watch it all. The kids have a movie night. And then
I'm gonna come
I'll
over,
have
bring some popcorn.
I'll have my refresher. So when we do it next week, I'm good. I'm ready. Let's rock. But this Thursday, it's a crapshoot. Kind of just like wild card, like you said, talk about whatever on the cast. And it's always a good time, man.
like I
always
saw
have a good
somebody, I think it was Gustavo. Somebody mentioned the Anaconda trailer. We'll discuss that.
Well,
Did
it
you
doesn't
see
want none unless you got buns on.
Yo, my brain was literally thinking that.
Did you see the trailer for the Anaconda movie?
I did not, but
Yes.
we can visit that on Thursday.
Thursday, watch it. Fucking Thursday before the cast.
Mm-hmm. Guys, thank you so much. Have a great night. Thank you guys for coming out. Again, we're done. Let's call it. And as always, nutcaps. I do something else with that. It's just so fucking bad.